we're here. We're
Hello.
back. Howdy.
What's happening?
Ooh,
What's up?
got all sorts of people here already. East Coast, Round Shots, Lee McCready, Lloyd, the grumpy vlogger.
What's wrong with you guys?
Eating more possum. Howdy, fellas. Good to see you, Lloyd.
Ben T shows up early. We're really pushing our day.
And there's some drone guy that's been sporting my t-shirt in the airports today. Nothing like opening up your Facebook and see a picture of a guy with your logo waiting on the airport. So hope you got there safely. Have a good time at the meetup. And I see Jim's in the house. We got a crowd already.
T-shirt donor. Looks like T. I'll pronounce it.
I'm actually wearing Rodney's shirt tonight.
I'm still in very tightly wound teacher mode right now, as you can tell.
Teacher mode. And I always know the German word for teacher is Lehrer. The German word for empty is leer.
Empty. Empty brain.
Is there a relation between the two? I mean, a teacher, if you think about it, he goes to school his entire life. And then he goes and retires. What the hell?
Yep, I've been in a school every day.
I better watch what's the teacher jokes, because my better half is a AP, as you know, so I may not. This may not work out for me. And we got Mark White. Why are you not blue? Well, we're going to remedy that right now. All right, Mark, you've been smurfed.
Guess what just got, I didn't even know this happened. Check this out. As soon as you get the hankering to sharing your screen, that is the fake April 1st version of the X5.
Yeah.
Launching April 1st.
Now, mind you, they didn't say which year.
Now, what was interesting is the thing that catches you on this example is the antenna coming out the top, because they basically are calling it a walkie-talkie.
Well, that is almost as good as the one that I've sent you here just a few minutes ago.
Put it up.
Let me see if I can make it bigger.
What did you send it? What did you just send it through?
I sent it through WhatsApp.
Oh, WhatsApp. Okay.
Yeah. Let me see here.
Oh, there we go. Here's my WhatsApp.
All right. We'll have to.
Oh, yeah.
Read.
Yes.
Yeah. Get back here. I'll just read it off the phone, because this thing Public service announcement for the future of INAV. INAV has come a long ways over the past 12 or 13 years with lots of new features, better flight performance, and better user experience. But things have changed a lot in the struggling economy worldwide, and everyday life getting more and more expensive. It's harder and harder to find developers who are willing to do the work for free. Therefore, INAV core developer team has made a decision that will bring INAV on a new path. I am happy to announce that we have started a great new partnership with DJI, the biggest commercial drone company in the world. This means from now on, DJI will not only use INAV on their drones to make them even better than they are now, but they will also help us to decide what's the best new features in INAV. What will change for you? The first thing you will notice is starting later today, we will rebrand into DJI Nav to keep partnership as transparent as possible. Since open source and free software will often struggle to make progress, the first big change will be that INAV won't be entirely free anymore. Of course, you can stick with the latest 8.0.1 for now, but future updates, you will have to pay a one-time lifetime license fee of $69 for each new flight controller that you want to use on it. Alternatively, you can join a subscription service for $4.01 per month for as many flight controllers as you want, as long as you reactivate them each month to renew the license to continue to use them. It's important to know that for everyone flying analog FPV, Voxnail, or HD0, you should stay on version 8.0.1 since the support for these systems will be removed with the next update. We decided to do this to keep the system and its FPV integration as streamlined and as simple as possible. Best options will be to switch to any modern DJI system that will all work seamlessly. We all hope that you are as happy about these new developments as you are, and we wish you all a happy April 1st.
$69, only $69. You too can be part of the INAV team. Every time you switch a flight controller out.
Yeah, and yeah, we got to be careful with what's being reported today, because there's a lot of funny stuff happening. So,
monkey business.
yeah, well, let's take this down.
Monkey business going on today.
So where shall we start? New product? That's an actual new product. And we kind of touched on that a little bit last week on the stream. And that's the RunCam Wi-Fi link.
Yep. Yes, Akarisho, you cannot trust anything that's on the internet. Okay. Do I have to tell you that? How many times?
Oh, this stinks. Well, RunCam briefly had the VRX for sale for $99.99 on pre-order, and now they've taken it back down. That ain't cool. Do they have it on the front page somewhere? There it is. Must have just lost it off of their page there, but there it is. So the RunCam Wi-Fi link. That's receiver.
Receiver, yeah.
That would plug into your HDMI in on your goggles if you got old analog goggles. So you got the Goggles X. DJI users. you just not going to get it. But yeah, we have a receiver now for $99.99, and we have the VTX for $69.99. So $170 for a digital system. Now, I mean, you're still going to need your goggles, so. But I think it's a very interesting price point, to say the least. I'm just not quite convinced yet, because if you see right there where it says RJ45, and then you see this Ethernet, this cable that has this 4 plug on one end and this Ethernet plug on the other, apparently you got to plug it into your Ethernet adapter to update the firmware on this thing.
Oh.
So this might be a little bit of a pain, to put it mildly. But it does have an SD card holder and SD card slot on it now. That is right here on the site. Does not record in 4K, it records in 1080. But to get the higher frame rate, you're going to have to be in 720. So the fan is removable. It just plugs in on the side too. So there's a plug-in right here. So you can just pull that fan off if you're just going to use it in the quad, or leave the fan on if you're going to put it in the plane. So I mean, they picked the cheesiest antennas to go with this. I would have liked to seen a little bit better antennas on this thing, but hey, they're easy to come by these days. So,
and these are
straight linear antennas. But they got that UFL connect on the other end, and everybody uses UFL. Walkson uses UFL.
Right.
DJI uses UFL. I mean, everybody does. So
you got a complete kit there, and then you can buy the other version for the computer.
Yeah. There's also another receiver available now, the Bonnet, that's like $70. And that is more for plugging a laptop in, more like for a ground station kind of situation.
Yeah. There is an adapter though.
And this just in, Rangers scored a home run. So, yeah. Somebody's very happy. Baseball season is back on, and we are actually able to watch the games, the Ranger games. So,
Eacheen's got their own version of it too. Have you seen that one?
Emacs?
Eacheen Sphere, Link 5.8 gigahertz Wi-Fi HD.
Yeah, don't know what that one is, but I mean, this is open source. IPC is an open source. It's a whole project. So ain't going to be anywhere as close to the likes of Walksnail or DJI at this point, but it's nice to see there's something else coming out of the woodwork. Let's see what you got here. Oh yeah, that looks even more experimental.
Yeah, it's got Mavlink protocol. Let's see, 100 single core without receiver. Yeah, just another interesting version of it. E-Sheen Sphere. Yeah, this just popped up when I went in here from Banggood. So it just, everybody's trying to get a piece of the action. Piece of that action. It needs to be, like I said, I think it needs to be a complete plug and play kit, just a self-contained, and then of course something that connect into the HDMI of a regular set of goggles. They could plug into something like these right here. These are the one. This is what I sent you when I was looking at, when I was looking at this, the X-Reel Air 2 Pro, and you can connect those right into your RC2. So you get your head up display. Now I'm really interested in that because I think it would be a great solution for a flyer like me.
Did they jump up $100 overnight?
No, this is the Pro version.
Oh.
I don't know what the difference is, except for the fact that it might be a little more, they might be a little more adaptable to. Yeah, they're $299. The X-Reel, the regular X-Reel goggles are here are the prices down here. These are the ones that I sent you, the $299 version, which is probably where you should start if you're going to try this experimental thing out. I think the other one has.
They don't have the $50 coupon on it anymore.
Yeah, we'll get one for you. Let's see. These, I don't think these. The other one has, I think, lens choices, so you can actually adjust the main lens. So your glasses actually work as, with a person like me who's blind. If I don't have regular glasses on, I put a set of sunglasses. It just makes me a blind sunglass wearer. But the adjustable screen, a heads-up display screen, is something that I'm very much interested in.
Which link do you want shared, East Coast? Yeah, I heard about
I just sent that link.
Yeah, Canada changed regulations for SIP 250 drones too. I don't have it all figured out just yet, but I did hear some about it. Or you now have to file flight path or flight plan or something. Kind of odd.
I mean, the Vitter glasses have 1,000 nit screen, ultra clarity, but they're not cheap.
Well, none of these things are going to be cheap.
Yeah, most of the people that wear these are gamers. They're gaming with something like a Switch, a Nintendo Switch, and stuff like that. So definitely, I would just only wear them when I would fly. There's no other reason I'd wear them. But these got like audio built into them. So if you're gaming, so pretty interesting concept that could be, used for a purpose.
These are the V-Tour Pro XR glasses, and I've been using them for the last few weeks.
Other than gaming,
they're display glasses
for hooking into the USB-C port of a See, that's a switch guy with a switch, and you'll never be able to really show what it looks like. You watch movies and stuff, but the practicality of flying, I think Ken Dono he got some of the Vitur ones, and I never heard anything after that. So my guess is it didn't
pan out.
It didn't wow him, you know. And if you live in a really sunny climate, there's something about it that didn't work. So, but for $299, I might be in on that just to try it out, just to see if the tech, just at the lower end, just see if the tech is functional. You get into the issue of just making sure you have eyes on, you know, the area. You get into that question, and then having heads up display. So look at that, you know, there's still not, it still doesn't fit, follow the complete letter of the law, but you know, any form of compliance is compliance.
Then Billy Kyle try that out with.
Yeah, he did those with the VR goggles. Yeah. Yeah, he did them with the freaking $3,000 freaking goggles, and it was pretty cool. I mean, as far as the drone part, you know, being able to, I think you're able to do both with those as well, but those are much better optics. It's much more immersive. He had to do a bunch of crap too to get it to work. And what we wanted
at that point, why don't you just buy the goggles 3 and buy them and be done with it?
Well, but you want to be able to use a standard controller and then hit and connect into that. So it gets into.
I thought you can use the standard controller with the goggles 3.
Oh, I haven't tried that. There you go. That's probably the case.
So, but speaking of goggles 3, and we're going to change pace here for a second. So apparently there's a problem with goggles 3 and goggles N3 and ELRS not getting along too well, especially in older version of Express LRS 2.4. Apparently the goggles N3 and goggles 3 both do the same thing. They put out a 2.4 gigahertz carrier, which walks over the ELRS carrier and creates problems where ELRS can't make a proper handshake, and then it creates more problems down the line. So the ELRS folks are on it. They said, no, there's a maintenance version that you can get for ELRS, or no, just download your newest version of ELRS and just update your stuff. Because they're what, a 3.5 or is it 3.6 now? So get your stuff updated. Oh, here's Giggles, TJ. Howdy, fella. So, yeah. So if you experience some problems with ELRS while using your goggles 3, that's why. Matt Stake did a whole thing about it, and he put the information out to DJI, and if DJI is going to do something about it remains to be seen. But apparently the controller 3 that's designed to work with the goggles 3 and N3 use 2.4 gig to communicate between the controller and the goggles. And if you don't use that controller, then it creates problems with other controllers. So, which is why I've installed Crossfire in my latest build. Boom. There you go. Crossfire and walk snail. So, shall we unveil the new build?
Yeah. Put it up on the table, man.
Put it up on the table. Well, can't put it on the table. Can barely fit it on the screen. I indeed finished the 7-inch build.
Go full screen.
We'll go full screen.
Let's go, man. People want to see that sucker. There we go.
All right.
There it is. Now we can see it.
Let me take this stupid battery strap out of the way. So, all right, here we go. Speedy B stack, the cheaper one of the two, F405, 55 MPSC, Emax Eco 2 motors. What did I get here? It's the 2807s. Got GPS on it, got my Crossfire antenna on it. And right now I just had this VTX laying around. So that's what get used for this build for the time being. Eventually that VTX is going to get changed out for the GT. Was the longer range, but
yeah, really
where's the wheels? Now I know this. I mean, this 7-inch, but to get some scale on things, here's a 5-inch build. In comparison,
yeah, you can carry a 5 on one side and a 3 on the other side.
And then to really get a good laugh, here's a 3.5-inch. So that's, half the size of prop. And then for battery, I'm going to use this brick. 2800 milliamp hour.
Would you fly that with a, with a 3,000, was it a 3,000 milliamp hour?
Oh yeah.
And
the way the frame is, I can put the battery
iron pack is what I'm thinking.
I can put the battery below. So that's probably actually what I'm going to try first, is fly with the battery on the bottom.
I'm just wondering how a lithium ion pack would function with that. It should be able to.
Well, what I would worry about is the amount of power because lithium ion don't have the discharge rating of lipos.
Right. No, I understand that.
So, oh yeah, here's the comedy relief right here. So here's the 2800 that I've got for the 7-inch. This is the 550s that I normally use for my sub 250, 3.5, and 4-inch quads. And here's your a size comparison. So that is yeah, the latest from the workbench, so to speak. Actually, this one is up for sale if anybody's interested. The motors are rated for 4S, but I've been flying these motors with 6S batteries, and I didn't have no problems with flying 6S on this. So, but since the manufacturer says the motor is rated for 4S, that's what I'm selling it as a 4S. I got a Vista on it, was a Nebula Pro camera, and it has a Radio Master ELRS receiver. So if anybody's interested, holler at me. Who's not? What would be the price tag for build on that 7-inch? Well, I guess
Yeah,
it all depends on.
Yeah, go with a price tag based on what real costs, not something based on stuff you got sitting around your house.
Yeah, and that's basically, this is a budget build. This really is a budget build.
Yeah.
I bought the frame off a guy on FPV Marketplace for like $50, and it came with replacement arms, one on the front and two for the back. It was dirt cheap. And then I spent about $200 on motors and flight stack and props. Now, I have GPS and receivers and VTX, all that I have laying around the house. But if you were to have to buy everything off the shelf for this thing, you're looking somewhere between $500 and $600. The batteries for 7 inches, that's the part that gets you. These here are $60-some at Race Day Quads right now. Actually, they don't have them in stock right now. But weight to power or whatever you want to call it, energies is probably about the best ratio I could find for that size battery. But yeah, somewhere between, for the $200, I did buy 2 of these batteries too. So you can figure about, if you really want to do a budget build and you're not scared of ordering parts out of China, you can get dirt cheap frames that are GEP RC Mark 5, Mark 7 knockoffs. You can buy those for a couple of bucks out of China. There is a guy that did actually build an analog 7-inch for under $200. And there's Philip Cochet popping in before he's going to cut the grass.
Tuesday.
Say hey, everyone. That's an interesting choice of words for somebody who's going cutting grass, saying hey. Well, hey, cut it, dry it, bale it. Yeah, get a ADAS. I'm not on board with the ADAS yet. I think 6S is plenty. Eat More Possum is asking, is your X4 lens scratched or was it just some desert dust? Lenses are user replaceable, aren't they? Huh?
It's just any dirt on the X4. I actually had that video for a long time. That's not a new video. I recorded it probably a month ago. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to throw it up. It was sitting there in my video files. And yeah, it's just dirt. That's the problem with the X cameras. They are very susceptible, especially if you get direct sunlight like that. That's just the problem. That's just what you got to deal with. And they're very tinkery. That's why I really prefer, to use, regular cameras, it's easier. Yeah. It's unfortunate because Every video from those X cameras are the same. They're all like that. They're a little bit overexposed, and then they've got the weird, you get the weird anomalies with the lens and that. Yeah. So to be in short, sometimes you get just great perspectives, and then other times you don't. You almost have to just use one side at a time, So yeah, it's and you have to post process them with a lot of heavy duty firepower. It's just hard. I love them for bike shots. So if I'm just gonna if I'm gonna do a bike shot and I need a goofy angle, that's what I love them for. That's it. But going out and spending some quality time with my dog and going and taking a camera out, I would put that in the bag and only take it out for that last shot standing on the cliff. That would be it. Everything else would be shot with one of these. Okay. So yes, and I still have my Action 5, and ain't going anywhere. So by the way, Kai, you see that, baby? You see how nice and clear that is? You want to see the bokeh right there? Look at a bokeh over there. Look at that. Look at that random. That's the Pocket 3 shooting my video for the live stream. So I had to show that off.
I've got the Sony for the live stream too, but
yours
I
will
really
do the same thing, Guy, won't it? Put something up on the screen real quick. Put it up there real close. Get it up there. Does it blur the background?
Yep.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does a really good job. But it does 1/2-inch bokeh, not 1-inch bokeh. But the problem is that this camera that I'm using now is I'm not using as a live stream camera, but I need to do what Kai did. I need to upgrade to a 1/2-inch or greater size live stream camera because this thing just freaking rocks. So,
did I tell you my lady got me a new pickup truck?
Sweet.
It's a Ford.
That's a freaking Mexican cabin too. That's freaking, you get like 6 freaking rows in there. It's huge. Yeah, freaking 3 rows, man. Action crap, I know.
Oh yeah, there's a slight hint for you. Emo process, don't bounce it off concrete like he did his X3.
Yeah, I think they're fun. They're really fun cameras. If I'm going to take it on a trip, I ain't counting on it.
Yeah, he didn't think it was too fun when he got the repair bill to get the lenses replaced.
And the mistake that I made was every time you take that thing out of its case, you need to have a lens cloth and you need to clean it. And I didn't do that. I had it in the rubber case, but I did not do this because inside the rubber case, you can get dirt, and oil. Yeah, it's just so temperamental. And for golden hour, no freaking way. I would take a much better camera. Someone drove over his Air 2S. Does anybody still have their Air 2S here?
I do.
I know Kai does. I mean, that's like I said, that's a 1-inch camera drone that everybody just, put in the side notes of history.
Well, that's fine by me. I ain't putting mine on the side notes of history. The Air 3S is way too hard to come by.
Mavic 2. You go back to the Mavic 2 Pro with the 1-inch camera.
Actually, I saw a guy selling an old what was the first DJI drone? The
Phantom Pro standard?
No, the little one.
Oh, the Mavic Pro, original Mavic Pro?
No, not the Mavic Pro, the other one. Even older. The original.
What came before the Mavic series? The original one, the original Mavic Pro, has a 1/2.3 with that weird gimbal.
No. The Spark. There we go.
Oh, a Spark.
I saw an advertisement for a Spark with 3 batteries for $150 with remote and case.
Probably mine. It's probably onto its 5th owner. The biggest problem with that is there's no software anymore. It's really hard to match it up to a phone and stuff now. It just nothing wants to work. And then of course it's just getting old. It's having its day, you know.
I don't know if I come across a decent deal on an original Mavic Air, I may just jump on that yet. Oh boy, what are we digging out now? Yeah, there's the puppy.
Body only. If anybody wants to fly it, I don't even know if it flies.
Lloyd says he still has a Spark. I'm hoping you're talking about the drone.
Yeah, the two is a 1/2-inch camera. The 2 is basically what we're flying right now, you know. So if I've got the Potensic Atom flying, that is a 1/2-inch. Okay, just here, I'm gonna give you a little secret.
Oh boy.
The Fini Mini 3 and the Potensic Atom 2 are the same exact drone with a different transmission system. But the cameras and the software that run the cameras are very similar. I'm having trouble disconnecting the two. On the other hand, a 1/2-inch camera is not bad if you are in the correct conditions. So you just gotta fly late or early. You can't fly mid-afternoon unless they give us we got to get a ND system, an ND filter. And I told them that. I told Potensic, I said, you need to have an ND filter. Otherwise, these things are worthless in the day. You know, in the midday, you can't fly it. It's just, you know, so needs an ND filter. Even that Spark had an ND filter.
Yeah.
It just,
we need to get aftermarket filters too. Maybe that's what they're counting on us for Freenet or whatever they're called to come up with ND filters for theirs too.
We need to get the stops to light down. It's just it's too hard to control the camera.
But to get back to the Air, the original Air, the Mavic Air, I think it is still one of the most the nicest design for a drone. That thing had, you know, I know it's hot and noisy out in hell. So be it. Who cares? Actually, you put some master air screw props on it, and it's pretty tolerable. But I mean, as far as the looks of it, I think it's one of the best looking drones out there.
The original Air?
The original Air.
Yeah, I you remember when I bought that used original Air and then I threw the new, that was freaking a great drone. When I sold it with the, with the new antenna on it, that's the best update that anybody ever did to that thing. By adding that freaking patch antenna on that thing, it totally changed the drone. It made it absolutely amazing to fly, and the camera's really good.
The 4-inch panel.
Yeah, I think that one's a 1/2, almost a 1/2-inch camera sensor on that one. But yeah, hey, if anybody hasn't flown the freaking Neo, man, throw those master air screw props on there, and I need to up my rates. Somebody sent me some comments, and they said that I would probably be, maybe I would be surprised if I upped my rates above 800. So right now I'm flying like 600 or 700, and I'm gonna up them. He says above 800, so I'm gonna jack up my rates and fly that thing. But I'm gonna go back to the goggles 3, and just so I get that bigger field of view. It's just the N3s are fine, but I've got better goggles. Why don't I wear them? It's stupid, but it's nice to be able to just keep the kit together. Just throw that kit together and just fly it. So. Fly zone,
Mikey, howdy, feller.
But yeah, the Neo is a fun little toy to to hot rod up. It's cheap and it's fun, and every time you fly it, you smile. So it's one of those. But
hey, Mikey, you missed it, but I'll show it to you anyway.
Yep, there it is, Big Mike.
7-inch built. Hubba da hubba.
It looks different, Kai, the way you got it. That when you hold it from the top front end down, that width of that drone doesn't. It's deceptive when you hold it this angle compared to sideways. Do that. When you hold it sideways, it looks like a clunker. Okay, turn it sideways. It's like, holy shit, that's a clunker. And then you turn it to this front, and then it's all streamlined and thin.
Yeah, it's a beast.
But it's too
hard. I didn't get to fly it this weekend because we had more freaking rain.
That thing's gonna haul ass. That drone there, you're gonna be able, when you hit send it on that one, you will be at 300 feet so fast. With 6S, you're gonna be, whoa, wait a second, man. Your goggles are gonna fly off your head.
I know about y'all's frame. I don't know the specifics, but I know y'all working on a frame.
That's a big frame, a 7-inch. What size frame?
No, I think it's a 5-inch.
5-inch frame. Yeah, you'll sell a bunch of 5-inch frames, but 7-inch frames are just very cool. They're just different, It's definitely a world I've got to get into. Maybe like we started a long time ago, just collect some parts, find myself a set of motors on sale.
Yeah, it's a 5-inch basher.
What would be the most efficient motor you would put on the 7?
Most efficient motor?
Yeah, the most efficient, not one that you're going to scream with it, but efficient for battery conservation. Is that the ones you got on there?
Probably. Chris Rosser just did a comparison of motors for a 9-inch quad, and the Emax Eco motors did pretty well in that they were not at the top, but they were near the top on all the categories, on all the criteria that he had. So I don't know how to translate down to, these are 2807s, and he was looking at 2814 in his comparison. You had some 2811s in there, you had some 2814s in there, and I would like to know why this thing keeps thinking to turn on the freaking tracking all the time automatically, even though I told it not to.
Well, I think you get your hands up like that because remember you've probably got gesture control. Because I think that's what's happening is you're getting your hand up there and it's seeing it as a gesture control issue. And I noticed that when you had your hand up before.
So Akirasho's heading out. All right. Y'all be careful. Yeah, taking a dog out. That's good for you. Keeps the blood pressure down. But yeah, no, I'm pretty impressed with the Emax motors recently. And now with T motors no longer available, the cost of anything T motor has gone through the roof. Just an example, the T motor stack, the 20 by 20 stack that I had in that Shocker 5-inch, it's never been a cheap stack. It was always around 130, 135 bucks. It's now running 180 bucks for the stack.
Whoa, that's a big price change.
Yeah. The T motors, the P1604 and the P1804 motors that I like to use. If you try to get them here in the States now, they are close to $30 a piece. They used to be right at $20 a piece. So I still have a set of 1604s laying here, and I do have a set of 1804s coming out of China. Hopefully they'll make it through customs.
They'll just stick them in a
But speaking of coming in, this is my latest project coming in. Hold on. All right, there we go.
Oh, that's right. You were going to show that.
I actually ordered a printer yesterday, and it came up $30 since yesterday, because yesterday I paid $159.99 for this thing, including a 5 kilo spool of PLA filament to go with it. At that price, I just couldn't say no. I currently have the Artillery X2. This is the X4 Pro S1. So printing size 240 by 240 by 360, but a print speed up to 500 millimeters per second. It's got Wi-Fi. It runs on Clipper. I'm looking forward to play with this thing and see what it. All metal hot end, auto bed leveling.
So yours is the X4 Pro, right?
Mm-hmm. X4 Pro S1.
Yeah.
Because there's just an X4 Pro too.
Yeah, it's going to go really fast. That's the thing about the new ones. They're just so much faster.
Yeah. So this is going to be a nice little upgrade for me for wireless printing and not having to run back and forth with a USB stick anymore.
Yeah, the wireless is nice. I put my printer in the other room. I might bring it back. I'm still trying to figure this room out that I'm in, but yeah, I could just leave it in the other room. You know, it's nice. You just plug it in, turn it on, it finds the Wi-Fi, and bang. And then you can watch it with the camera.
They say they have fast delivery within 2 to 5 business days. So we'll see. I mean, if it gets here faster than the last time I bought a printer, we'll be good.
Yeah, that was quite the.
I ordered a Creality K1 Max out of Houston. It took a month to get here, and when it showed up, the damn thing was broke. And took me another 2 months to get it returned, my money back. But I finally got that all worked out. I was looking at other enclosed Core XY printers, but there's no incentive to buy right now. And I'm going to wait and see what the Bamboos do. So This one is just going to be a quick, easy upgrade for me from the X2.
And stuff wears out, and it's just better to buy a whole new printer.
What's showing out of stock? Maybe for the Canadians is out of stock, but yeah. I ordered mine last night for $159.99, and I was just too cheap to pass. Like, there wasn't even tax on that, oddly enough.
They make it up with volume.
Yeah. So I should have it by next stream. Yeah, you got the X Pro Plus. I'll just get the X Pro S1. X Pro Plus S1 has a larger bed on it.
Yeah. Sidewinder X4 Pro S1. What's the difference between the S1 and the X4 Pro?
It's the hot amp.
Okay. I'm looking at the X4 Pro is 169.
The S1 has the input shaping and a few other little things. You got the advertising, let's see. So they advertise the X4 Pro. Here's the X3 Pro, but that's sold out. You got the X4 Pro and you got the X4 Pro S1. And then you got the X4 Plus S1. That has a larger bed on it. That is 300 by 300 by 400. Yeah, that's the larger bed on it. That's 300 by 300 by 400. That's what I have right now on the X2. So
that'll be interesting to see how that prints. I like the little touch screen it comes with.
Yeah, I had to think about it, whether or not to get the Plus or the Pro. And the Pro was so darn cheap that I'm like, I'll just go with the Pro. Yeah.
Drone shots is good. They got the Anycubic Cobra S1. My Anycubic printer's been good as long as I've got the bed set up right. It's been really good. Just got to make sure you clean it and make sure your bed is just free of debris and dust. You just got to clean it every time, and you're good. Yeah, the Cobra 3 is $399, and the Cobra S1 is $499. But that doesn't include the art. Yeah, you have to add the color, 4-color, and that brings it to $599, right? Is that where you're getting the $599 from?
$619.
$619, yeah. With the, and you know, if I don't use my printer that much. I do like that though. I wish it's just nice and organized, and it's got the fans inside, all that.
Yeah, well, after I got burned on that Creality, I'm just not willing to put out $600 for anything right now.
That's a lot of dough. And the multicolor thing is great.
Just because okay, print nonstop for a week. There is a power button. You can turn that thing off. But I know, as an older gentleman, there is an off button. You don't have to unplug it. Just
Micro Center has the S1 combo for $549, but it doesn't. You get taxed, and there's a delivery fee. So if you order directly from them, there's going to be none of that crap. They'll just send it to you.
Yeah, no, I was looking forward to that Creality K1 Max, but it turned out to be just a raw pain in the arse, and Creality support, I don't know that you should use those two words together.
Damn, the freaking
like, oh,
bamboo.
no worry. We send you parts, mate. It's just, yeah, it left a real bad taste in my mouth. So,
yeah, the bamboo printers went up in price. Holy crap, they are expensive.
yeah, and Bamboo now with their closed off operating system, I don't know how I'm going to feel about that just yet.
The Mini 3D
and that new one is almost $2,000.
Yeah, that's pricey. You can get a P1. Yep, $649. And you got to pay $849 to get the combo. So you're going to go that direction. Yeah, it's okay. Most of us don't do that kind of printing. And for $180, that's about the level of printer I am.
Yeah, I mean the printing I do is for little shit like I stuck on this little GPS holder back here, this little antenna holder. About all the freaking printing I do with this little bumper up front here.
All those parts.
It's just
all those pieces and parts, man. If I do put my printer
multicolor is all well and good, but I think those things waste way too much filament on the changeovers.
Yeah, they do.
I think the only one that has it figured out is Prusa, where they have 4 print heads, and it changes out the whole print head where it doesn't have to do, run a bunch of filament. And here's Chuck. After a long day, just got home. Good to see you, Chuck. Yeah, Prusa has a kit. What the hell?
I'll need I'll print something. It's like you, it's need based. So if I need something or I'm interested in something. But yeah, I've been real happy with the Cobra 3 combo. It's just like I said, I have it in another room. I don't have it in here right now. Usually it's, it'd be right there where that table is right there. That's where I was going to put it. But I'm still going to move this room around. I'm not happy with my setup at this point. I think I got to slide this over.
Yeah.
I'm really digging the Pocket 3 right now.
Here's the Cruiser XL was the tool changer. It's got 5 printheads on the darn thing.
Oh, wow.
Not just, but $2,500. So there was a picture, it was all the spools on. There we go. There's 4 spools on the side. I'll print my ventriloquist dummies on my 3D printer. I thought the dummy was the guy that was holding the puppet. Did I miss something here? More make a VND for action 3 or 5. By the way, okay. What is a VND? You're gonna have to speak plain English, Chuck. VND is a venereal disease.
We're starting to go down.
No, that's BD. Oh, variable neutral density filter. There we go.
Variable ND.
Worse, the April Fool just got here. Actually, you work for the April Fool. Oh yeah, Chris. Sunrise. We've got new stuff to fly. A little bit of 7-inch goodness. It's time we need to meet up. Got a lot of new shit built. So anyhow, is it dinner time yet?
Yeah, we're getting there. It's probably we should probably head that one off at the pass.
Yeah, I think it's about taco time anyway.
Yeah, I'm actually getting hungry for a taco. There's no question about that one.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do Polaco tacos tonight. You know what Polaco tacos are?
No.
Sausage wrap. Sausage wrapped in a tortilla.
Oh.
It's good stuff. Quick to make, easy. A little bit of mustard in there.
Uh-oh. Phone calls is coming through.
Oh, there's the call.
Yep.
It's taco time.
You're right on schedule with that, so.
All right. If you haven't done so already, I'd appreciate if you hit that thumbs up down there.
Hello.
We sure could use a couple of thumbs up down there.
Yeah, if you haven't, please hit the thumb if you would.
Yeah, Kelly's Fool's video. Yeah, Kelly in the skirt, or did I was that another one? Something about useless fenders. He was putting together a bike, and he needed to put a fender on because otherwise his panties get wet when he's riding in the rain.
The fenders are, they don't look cool, but they're so important, man. All it takes is It's not. It doesn't have to rain to have a fender. If you ride your bike early in the morning, yeah, you're going to go through 4,000 puddles because people water their grass. Every one of those puddles is going to go up your freaking bum hole every time you hit it. And put a big giant poop stripe.
You talking to somebody that grew up in northern Germany, where I mean, rain is just a daily occurrence basically for us. You don't want to ride a bike with no fenders.
I'd rather not look like I crap my pants, man, when I got done with a bike ride.
Well, how about that? We managed to keep Lloyd awake for the whole show.
Yes, Best Buy.
Good.
I just got an update on the Best Buy. They're trying to they're going to give me $20 to buy one from Best Buy.
See, Sunrise, this is where you screwed up. Okay. You edited a skirt on him. You should have just shown him in his panties. Because I mean, that would have been the money shot. Here, let me give you some more ideas for your editing skills. Kelly's not going to like me anymore.
Kai, I can buy a link to, I can what go Jen and say?
That's what?
I was going to say I could buy a Link 2, or I could spend another $500 and buy another Pocket 3.
Buy a Link 2.
Yeah, it does the same thing.
Buy a Link 2. I mean, I'm so glad I bought this thing.
Yeah, it's a good camera. There's no question about it. You don't have to.
For streaming, this thing is ideal. I'm going to use my Sony for actual video work.
Check this out. Watch this.
Watch this.
Told you, I'm all in right there.
All in.
All in. Look at that. I even got the mic mini in this.
That's the Ace Pro 2, right?
Ace Pro 2. That's the new out and about camera kit right there. We've got a mic 2 for that sucker for the real important days. We've got the mic mini right here for days that we're not hanging out too much we don't want that big mic hanging off of us. So the biggest thing is this for this. I like this case is I can get the full on freaking, I can get the full on Ulanzi stick in there, which actually works out perfect. What a good little case. So little Telson kit, but I'm going to do the same thing with the Action 5. Action 5 is got to use it for something. Probably strap this to that drone. Probably.
You gonna send it to me? I'll put it on top of the 7-inch.
Yeah, anything that doesn't have a freaking a 04 system on it, like that, like my Cinewhoop. So, all right, you guys, we got to get out of here. We got to head out. Make like a baby.
Yeah, it is time. Any more words of wisdom?
Nope, I gave them. It's as wise as I can be. If you have a Pocket 3, man, it's a great live stream camera. Woo!
Yeah, we didn't need to see you that close. But yeah, if you haven't done so already, hit the thumb up on the way out. We appreciate it. Other than that, we will see you next Tuesday, 5:30 Central, however that works out for your time zone.
All right.
And y'all have a good night. The folks down in Florida or on their way to Florida, y'all have a good time. I'll be looking for footage. See what y'all doing down there.
Show off those. Show off the Air 3S, man. That's the drone of the century. Tell those Mavic Pro 3 guys
Well, if you can get and yeah, safe travels to everybody that's traveling to and from. So until then, we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.